welcome back to Channel Sport this morning. Before we went on the break, we saw highlights from Milan, the Next Gen ATP Finals, where we now know our semi-finalists. And the semi-finalists obviously are delighted to have made it thus far. Let's take their reactions, and when we come back, we'll be looking at the pairings.
It's true, it was really tough match, and since the beginning I knew that if I want to win I have to give everything on court, I have to fight till the end, and I'm really happy that in the end I make it, and I'm really happy.
Well, the two matches you've won this week have both been in the tie breaks.
Yeah.
You like it?
No, to be honest, I hate it. It's too much stress, too much pressure. But in the end, I think I have to play matches like this. It's give me more motivation. It's give me more stable. Give me more confidence. So I'm really happy, especially with these rules, where everything can happen. You never know. You can win easy in one second. Everything can turn absolutely in opposite way. And I'm really happy that I go through it and I'm in the semi-final.
I just don't like to lose matches, you know, and I'm not that kind of guy, you know. I just need to try to win and just to feel good about myself, even if it's maybe not that clever, because I might get a little bit more tired, you know. But that's the tennis. You just need to give your best always.
Yes, it was a very tough match. Jared had nothing to lose at all. Played amazing. First couple of sets, I managed to hold this. Was very tough. I'm happy with my win, and I hope to be through to semis.
Yeah, first thing, I don't know why I'm playing good in here. Just I'm trying to enjoy on the court and trying to playing my 100% all the time. And I think I'm just playing better and better every day. So that's it.
Yes, there you have it. Semi-finalists at the Next Gen ATP Finals in Milan. We have Bernard Kuric will take on Russia's Andrei Rublev. That's the first semi-final. Bernard Kuric, remember, I keep saying it was in Lagos for the Lagos Governors Cup. And look at him now. He's having an amazing time both on the ATP Tour as well as the Next Gen ATP Finals in Milan. The second semi-final is between the South Korean Young Chon, who takes on another Russian, Daniil Medvedev. So, semi-finalists, ATP Next Gen Finals in Milan. And I don't know if you want to have a stab at who's likely to be the winner, because by Monday we'll know the champion of the Next Gen ATP Finals.
I think Young Chong looks good.
He looks good.
First guy to book his place in the semi-finals. Right. He looks good. And I mean, bright future ahead of him. Right. So if I have to stick out my neck, I'll probably go for Young Chong.
Really? Not Chorich?
Nah. Probably the most known among the quartet, but I'll still go for, you know, sometimes form doesn't really matter. It's what you do at the moment. Right. Sometimes.
So I'm thinking it might just be Chorich versus Chong in the final, and Chong to take it.
Yeah.
Group A and Group B winners.
Yeah, sure.
All right, we'll see.
All right, let's still talking tennis. Not really a good one now. Let's talk about Venus Williams. She wasn't called to give a deposition. That's giving evidence under oath. Talking about a case she's facing, wrongful death lawsuit. That happened a while ago. We all thought that the issue had been sorted out, but she's still facing that case, and she went to court to give evidence under oath. That's all we know for now, and we'll see what happens. She has given a statement, and she, she claims, of course, it wasn't deliberate, and she said all she knew, and so I'm very sure the police will take it from there. But hopefully, we hope she gets left off the hook. But a bit of troubling times for Venus right there. All right, so let's move on. Hopefully, she'll be able to get off that and go back to what we know her for, and that's tennis. Let's really talk Formula One this morning. Some of the excitement. What's the point? Yeah, are we talking Formula One? The excitement is left. But anytime Lewis Hamilton steps up and comes for an interview, you want to listen to what he has to say, and how he feels. He's won the title, but he still has to do the Brazilian Grand Prix. So let's listen to Mercedes driver Lewis Hamilton, what he has to say, how he's feeling, having won, but still having to do one or two races.
Once I was amongst my friends, I didn't really think about it too much. So every now and then we'd be at dinner and you pinch yourself. You think, do you remember we just won the World Championship last week? So, but yeah, it was obviously an incredible feeling over those couple of, particularly the Monday. And as I said, the next couple of days, it kind of went to the back of my mind as I was spending time with family and that. But yeah, it definitely feels good walking into the paddock as the world champion.
Again.
Yeah.
What?
But it feels like the first time. So.
Does it?
It really does. It's I don't know why, but it just feels so fresh and new, and yeah, it feels great.
All right. Still feels good. Still feels like the first one. That's what Hamilton says. He has won 4 now.
4.
But
that's massive.
The excitement is still there for him.
Of course. I mean, that's how great champions are. Champions are never tired of winning. I mean, Michael Schumacher is just 3 ahead now. So that's a very reachable target for Lewis Hamilton. I mean, if the car continues to cooperate, if the car continues to be reliable, which it has been in the last couple of years, then you can't really put it past Hamilton, you know, getting close to that record, even though we know next year the competition will be stiffer. Now,
the
Ferrari,
new owners are bringing in one
new
or 2
rules as well, to which might
Mercedes at some point threatening to
yeah, well, Ferrari and stuff like that. So it's going to be tough for next year, but we'll see how it pans out. But I have to say, this season has turned out as that's turned out to be an anticlimax at the end of the day. We expected the title race to go to the wire in Abu Dhabi, but here we are, 2 races to go, 1 in Brazil, 1 in Abu Dhabi, and we have a champion already. So, I mean, not as exciting as what we saw last year. The final day shootout between Hamilton and Nico Rosberg, teammates. And it was very, very controversial and very interesting as well, too.
A lot for the fans in that one. All right, let's leave it at. Let's come home now and quickly talk about football on the domestic scene. Let's talk about club football. Let's talk Enyimba now. Good season last time out. We'll be on the continent this season. But let's really talk about the man who's going to be in charge. Talk about Paul Aigbogu. He returns to the 7-time league champions. He will be in charge. You know, he had a brief history with them, was coach at some point. But now there's a reunion. Paul Aigbogu has joined the Aba Elephants, and we'll see what happens, whether or not the new relationship will yield fruits.
Interesting. I mean, just a couple of years ago, he was in charge, and it was let go. Gbenga Ogunbota came, you know, got Enyimba into the continent. Now he's gone, and now the former coach is back. And you just wonder this turnover of coaches and this recycling, whether it really has any, you know, positive impact on Nigerian professional football league sides. We all know when they go to the continent, they basically underperform. And you start to think perhaps the fact that a lot of them don't retain the coaches long enough might be a factor in that situation.
Yeah, it's something you can't ignore. It's something you have to, you know, think about. Most of those teams they're going to play against have structure, they have stability. And we remember the last time Enyimba were on the continent, they acquired all the best players in the league. Yet, he didn't. St. Paul Aigbogu was in charge. But then again, for you to get a job in Nigerian Professional Football League, there must be something about you. And so he's back in the saddle. Wish him all the best.
Good luck.
And hopefully he'll get the job done. The reason why it was brought back. All right, let's talk about another manager now. Let's talk about Abdullahi Bifo, a man who is delighted to join Katsina United. At some point, he said, look, I'm free. Anybody wants to have me, you can. And Katsina United had that call, brought him in. And of course, he's there. He's delighted to get a job. He set a target for himself, by the way.
What's the target? To avoid relegation?
Nah, get on the continent.
Oh, really?
Set a target for himself. And it's good to be self-motivated. I like people who, I don't want to use the word put themselves under pressure, but look, push yourself to get a job done. And, you know, all those pictures of the signing and I mean, he's going to plus.
He has his work cut out because we all know how Katsina struggled. I mean, all through last season.
Yeah.
So I want to go from all that struggle to qualifying to play on the continent. Then that's a lot of work, and obviously it's going to need to recruit very, very well as well, because you're going up against the likes of Aimba Rangers, who are trying to make a comeback as well too. You know, you have a coach like Coach Imama Amapakabo, who had a great season a couple of years ago. Last year was sacked. Now he's back with Okanemi. He's motivated as well, so he wants to do well. A lot of great side. Aqua United got really close to finishing in the top 3. It didn't happen for them as well too. So Coach Abdul Maikaba wants to get into the top 3 as well. So where do you put Katsina? No disrespect to them. Where do you put them in that bracket? They don't belong there.
It's difficult, yeah. I agree with you. It's difficult, and if you also consider the fact that I think they have ambition. They try to get Godwin Uwa. They also try to get Ladan Boso. I mean, that says something about the team that wants to change the direction they're going in. Badun Bazwai was in charge before now steps in. We'll see where they go from there.
We'll see where they go from there. I mean, amongst all these coaches changing clubs. We haven't heard anything about Coach Kennedy Boboye. It looks like he's going to stay at Plateau United.
Yeah,
and if he does stay there, I mean, that's a massive advantage, massive coup for Plateau United, because retaining a title-winning coach, I think we'll just put them in good stead going into next season. And who knows, they might just be one of the teams to actually successfully defend the title in a long time.
Yeah, since you brought it up, I think it's going to be a good test of his abilities. Now more responsibilities.
Right.
So we'll see where it goes from there. You have the league, you have the cup, and you have the continent as well. All right, let's see if we can quickly do this before we go on a break. Let's talk about FIFA 2018 World Cup qualifiers. Talking about 2 groups that are yet to be settled. We talked about the South Africa group yesterday, Senegal in prime position to get that ticket. But let's talk about the other African groups where it's not settled. Most interesting one for me, the group that has Morocco and Cote d'Ivoire. What
a match, what a shootout. I want to see them. I'll do everything it takes to watch that game.
But we start with this one first.
Right.
A situation where DR Congo and Tunisia can still
but
qualify.
Tunisia are like so close. They've got one leg already in Russia.
Home.
Exactly. You expect them to take care of business against Libya and qualify for the World Cup. So this group, I don't think there's going to be any drama whatsoever. But if we go to the next one, that's where I think there will be a lot of drama. That's why I think a lot of drama.
Maybe if we can, let's see if we can look at the tables and see how it looks in group. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's the group you are talking about.
Group. This one here. This one here, Cote d'Ivoire going up against Morocco. Morocco, top of that group. All they need is a draw. Cote d'Ivoire, they have to win.
At home.
At home.
That's the tipping point for them.
Right. I mean, this.
And a lot of people say, look, Havre knows the Ivorians very well.
Yes, it does.
He's coached them.
But he's not going to play the match.
One. And again, some people will tell you that the Ivorians put themselves in this situation. They should have wrapped things up. I think when they played against Mali at home, they allowed the game to end in a draw. Gave the initiative. And then
lost
Morocco,
to Gabon.
I mean,
at home.
You just can't explain that.
Right. Now,
but the guys, Salomon Kalou and all the other guys, look, we're going to compensate the fans.
They've got to win.
And I can tell you, there's nothing enjoyable for the fans as seeing the team qualify on home soil. If you play away, you're seeing it on TV, but qualifying right in front of your fans is a huge responsibility. In 2005, they almost lost it. Cameroon came there, beat them in Abidjan. Cameroon capitulated at home, so the Ivorians qualified. Now, in front of their fans, I know they have the quality to do it, but I have a feeling that Brendan will be the X factor.
Yeah, Morocco have the quality as well. That's just a fact, and that's why the top of the group. You mentioned the factor of Avrena as well, who is knows that team inside out. Although you have to say a lot of the players he coached have now retired, so it's a bit different from what he used to be in charge. It's going to be a very tasty affair, and I imagine CAF will be really focusing on this game. There's a lot riding on it, and Cote d'Ivoire, in front of the home fans, will be very confident of getting all 3 points, which is what they need. Morocco, 1 point, that's what they need. I'm trying to just be in the mind of the coaches, of the coach of Morocco, who's I'm trying to see the approach he's going to use. But that's the table now, Yemi, you were talking about.
Yeah, the one that has Tunisia, and all they need is to win their game, and DR Congo, I mean, we'll be hoping that they lose. All have played 5 matches each, and this is what it looks like in that group. We can go to the next one now, and we'll see what happens in that one. Morocco as well just needs a draw. So I guess we just leave it at that. But maybe I should quickly ask you. I mean, give me your 5. You already know 2. Add 3.
I'll give you my 5 after we go on this break. When we come back, we know Nigeria is through already. I'll give you the remaining 4 likely to qualify. Egypt as well through to the World Cup in Russia. When we come back, we'll be discussing Nigeria versus Algeria.